If you haven't tried the BMW M2 on iRacing, get on it. I absolutely am in love with this car. Let's go for a lap of Virginia. It's the second week. This is where the track is going to be for the second week. And I did a lot of laps to make sure that I give you guys the best possible advice on how to get the most out of this particular vehicle. Now, I managed to get a 131 flat with a 130.8 as the optimal lap time. So we're going really, really well. And I think I figured this car out. Now, instead of going through this particular lap with you, I'm going to actually walk you through my mindset to get down to these lap times with this car. Now, this car loves to be driven smooth. It understeers, it oversteers. It is an absolute animal of a car to drive. So smooth is fast. You gotta repeat it with me. Smooth, smooth, smooth. The smoother you are with this car, the better. Now, you already know that the car is gonna oversteer and understeer all the time. So you gotta catch these oversteers or understeers early. You gotta catch them early. That's the key here. And keeping the rear wheels traction going and making sure that it's smooth and the car is moving forward instead of stepping sideways is really, really, really important with this particular car. Now, as we go through this lap, when you see the fast lap coming up shortly, you're gonna notice that the braking zones, with this car, you feel like you could actually brake a lot later. Now, that is the complete wrong approach. If you've been struggling to drive this car, what I need you to tell yourself is early. You need to start to brake earlier than you would imagine, trail brake in, and you need to get into the habit of just keeping everything smooth. You want to minimize the oversteers and the understeers. Now, the way that you do that is that you minimize your inputs on the steering wheel. You got to be really, really careful with the throttle, and you got to be gentle with it, especially through this hill section over here. You're going to notice in the fast lap just how much movement there is to making sure that you're keeping, to get the most absolute optimal time. But one key component of this lap to make sure that you get a really, really fast lap around Virginia in this car is brake early, trail brake. The trail braking is longer, but the braking, like I said, brake early. Everything that you do from an input point of view, minimize the steering inputs as much as possible. And when it comes to the acceleration and making sure that you're getting that drive out of the corner, be as smooth as possible and make sure that you're keeping the balance of the car as good as possible. And ladies and gentlemen, you will get down to a 131 flat in no time. This track, this car combination this week is going to be an absolute blast. I hope you enjoyed this part of the video. Let's now move forward to a fast lap. Let's go!